Hail Internet, it's Paul, it's Matt, the Dork Lords. Today, we're talking about episode 5 of Alien Earth Season 1, the episode entitled, In Space, No One. Obviously, referencing the famous tagline from the original Alien film promo, In Space, No One Can Hear You Scream. Which is fitting, because this episode intentionally has the look and feel of that film.
Sure.
We open with a flashback aboard the Maginot, 17 days before that ship crashes in episode 1. 90% of this episode is a flashback to those events. Morrow is awakened from cryosleep because a fire has suspiciously broken out on the ship. Some of the alien specimens are loose. The captain and another crew member have face huggers attached to them. Bad times. We end back in the present with Morrow meeting with the granddaughter of the Yutani who sent him on his mission 65 years ago. He vows to bring the alien specimens back to Weyland-Yutani and kill Boy Cavalier. The current Yutani matriarch instructs her subordinate, whatever he wants, he gets. Dun dun dun. Credits. All that said, Paul.
Matt.
What'd you think of episode 5 of Alien Earth?
Yeah, it was good to get that bit. I was actually trying to think about, it was good to meet a bunch of people that we're going to kill.
Yeah, there is
that we're
that.
not going to see again, except we do get a better understanding of Morrow. And you might say that on paper, it doesn't square with what we've seen. His relentless nature, his sort of yearning for his child, but
Right. We are told he had a daughter. It seemed from her letters that he took this mission to pay for her to go to college, and then when he gets out of cryosleep, he gets word that she died in a fire 53 years ago, and so he is a sad father, having flown away and will never see her again.
Yes. It makes him slightly less assholey.
right? He's
by not opening
tear.
up the door. You could say that, for, what was her name?
Zaveri.
Yeah, so not opening up the door for her, perhaps. I mean, if you look at the events that happened, it didn't give, Morrow a lot of time in which to, there wasn't a lot of room in that place. The people who designed those ships in the future
great point.
maybe should have more space in that area.
Yeah, right.
More than one mask,
Yeah, great point. But to your point, though, I would say I did enjoy this episode, and it has a lot going for it. But one minor complaint is that I think we're supposed to keep track of a bunch of relatively new characters and identify their quirks and who's the saboteur and care about why that person's a saboteur in the space of 50 minutes. I mean, the subtitles told me their names. Otherwise, I was like, crew member X, crew member Y. So, as you say, you're asking a lot considering they're not going to survive this episode. I'm like, okay, how much do I need to invest in knowing this, this guy is a perv who films people having sex on the ship? You're like, okay, thanks for telling me that. But anyway.
Right.
So,
I guess you could say that, it definitely gives more color, even than we got in the first Ridley Scott film for these characters that on this ship. And also, too, we see Boy Cavalier inciting the whole incident.
Right, so he is the ultimate. The crew member who is our saboteur turns out to be a guy named Petrovich, and he was pretending to be in cryosleep and then sneaking around unobserved. Boy Cavalier promised him a synth body if he can crash land the ship in Prodigy territory. So Boy Cavalier is the instigator of all the cascade of terrible things.
Yeah, and presumably he was making a promise that he couldn't keep because they're like, oh, the mines aren't expensive enough or plastic.
Yeah,
enough
he does
whatever.
say in his conversation with the guy. I noticed it because I was like, he goes, something about, so you can do that, or you can do synths essentially, and Boy Cavalier says something like, "Yep, we can do it, almost." But he says almost, and I'm like, wait. You want me to do all this stuff, kill all of my, colleagues, crash a ship for the almost? I would be like, what do you mean by almost? Anyway, so the guy was very eager to kill off his friends.
Wasn't killed or destroyed, I guess you could say he'd just be sitting around waiting for them to figure it out.
Right.
Stepping into that lab like, you got it today? Today? No?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. See you tomorrow.
Almost, Petrovich. Jeez, what is it?
Close.
I did like that Petrovich mistakenly calls Boy Cavalier's company Progeny instead of Prodigy, which seems like an apt name as well, actually. But so that was a fun little ha-ha.
It did make me think more about the octopus eye.
A lot happens with that.
We
That's
definitely
one of the more
saw
interesting
the
characters.
octopus eye go into a human.
Yep.
But because one of the things I was sort of playing with was, are we going to see the combination? I was thinking would be crazy if octopus eye went into Boy Cavalier's head.
I think that is on the table for sure. I think that's a certain possibility. Yeah.
So, if we had seen, maybe over time, in the technician's body, it would have developed a proficiency with language. Because it didn't have it. He didn't say a dang thing.
Well, although he did, apparently sounded like what he did is he called to the xenomorph. Right? Because he does this little click, and then the xenomorph showed up. Because I think what I got out of this scene, okay, so Octo Critter, first of all, tries to warn our lab crew member about the leech alien escaping. Knocks on the glass, like, hey. I was like, hey, you, look, it's escaping. Then it engineers its own escape, takes over the body of this other crew member. Then Morrow shows up and is about to shoot it. Now he's going to shoot it with incapacitate it, but still, he's going to incapacitate it in some way, and that's when he calls the xenomorph, and the xenomorph comes into the room, and so Morrow can't shoot. So I think it's so I think it can communicate at least with the xenomorph. Now does it know English? I guess not. Maybe yet.
Yeah, who knows? It's like, can it use? Is it like a trill for
right
in Star Trek? Where
great example. I think you're absolutely right. I think it is.
Well, we hope that it is, because
that's good point. Maybe it just completely takes over, and there doesn't have any sense of what the person was that it takes over. Perhaps
it might not. It certainly didn't in that case, but maybe over time it gains it.
The attack on the xenomorph was pretty cool because the xenomorph panics. Xenomorph's like, what the Jesus? Get this thing off me! Like, how does it feel to have the shoe on the other foot for once? Oh, something's trying to invade your face?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Weird, Xeno.
Yeah, he's like, hey! And he gives up. Who knows if it's sort of like, acid. No, I just don't like that.
I do want, I wonder, like, xenomorphs don't really have any apparent eye sockets, so I don't know if maybe it's immune to the Octo's tactics. I don't know. But it did feel like it attacked the xenomorph. Here's what I read from it. First of all, maybe it just wanted to, like, hey, if I could control a xenomorph, I'd be in much better shape, perhaps. But also, my theory was that it realized that it needed the humans alive in order to keep the ship from blowing up, to have the best chance of keeping the ship intact. And so it seemed like it attacked the xenomorph to give that Zaveri, the former captain, time to escape. That's what it kind of felt like in the moment. But it's tough to read there.
It's so hard. Yeah.
There's
no reporters afterwards. It's like, where you want to go now?
Exactly.
Disney World. So
I do feel like though there was purpose in what the Octo was doing. It wasn't just like acting instinctively. It was like, I should do this now. So whatever purpose it had, it definitely. We have been told, I think Kirsch was the one who was noting how intelligent it was. So, Octo is smart. and a serious threat, I think, if allowed to be. This is what I give this episode credit for. We got the sabotage, imminent crash, various hostile aliens attacking the crew. I mean, could anything else have gone wrong with this ship? It's just this dizzying cascade of errors and misfortunes.
Yeah.
And, even though Morrow is a villain, you got to give him credit, really, for keeping his cool. I theorized back in episode 1 that maybe he was the one who crashed the ship in order to save the specimens from the crew, but that's not it. He's woken up, and he has to react in real time. He assumed they were just going to land, and I've done my job, Yutani. Yeah. But he's got to improvise these absurd number of setbacks and just these incredibly deadly threats. He's very, I'm not saying nonchalant, but he's very professional about it. Like, okay, here's what we do.
Yes.
Maybe it's part of his cyborg, I don't know, but he does a very good job under pressure. Let's put it that way. But that said, the crew, they seemed insanely casual at times.
I was so happy that guy ended up getting it. I mean, he was the first to go because he was like, "Shut up! Just pay attention. They're trying to tell you something to keep you alive, but no, you're dumb." So you're the
given
first
the lack
to
of
get
professionalism on that ship.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised they made it 65 years without imploding. I'm joking a bit, but sure, during part of that 65 years, they were in cryosleep, so there's only so much damage they could do. But somehow...
That one guy running around, he causing damage. He could do the worst.
Somehow this crew was competent enough to capture all these creatures. I mean, that's...
Yes.
We get the line in episode 1 that they lost, I guess, a bunch of crew members in the acquisition phase, which I can believe. But this, just like in the lab with that leech thing, like the lab tech leaves the lid off the top, and then the thing gets out, and it's like, it has their drink right there next to the.
Wait a minute! I feel like leaves it. I don't know if she left it open. I think it used its little tentacles to open it.
It did, but there was a top. They're like, you should keep the top on this thing.
Oh,
and she's it was on there, but it wasn't. She didn't have the big top on. She had like the little surface level thing, which the leech realized. Oh, look, the top isn't on. Whoop! Anyway, it was just things like that.
It's like, guys. It's like, let's have all the measures of protection. Oh, well, I got one level of protection. Yeah, one less, and so you're dead.
Correct. It's not a pet store, it's not like, the puppy got loose. You're like, no, these things will literally kill everyone on board. Yeah. Maybe a little, or even when they're doing like the autopsy on the guy who'd been killed by the leech things, and they're like, they seem really like, oh, look, there's a bunch of things attached in here. Why don't we just dig in? I don't even think
they were thinking of saving him. They thought they could save him.
Okay, was he still alive, I guess, at that point?
Well, maybe they thought he was.
It felt a little like, maybe you should have, hazmat suits.
He was as good as dead.
This thing had been infested. I'd be like, put the giant hazmat suit on with the gloves, or I don't know. They were just like, just work with a scalpel. This will be. Oh my God, we're dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, it just. I think it was intentional. I think the idea is, this is kind of a low budget recovery run. Like, these companies send these people out without really the proper support, to pull off this incredibly dangerous task. Maybe it's kind of
perhaps. I mean, that's one thing that we don't know is the full context, right? Like in the in Aliens, Cameron's Aliens, they're like, it's a bug hunt, and they mention a number of different aliens that they've encountered, and we can only guess at what these other aliens are like. We don't know if they've had successful other runs where it's like, oh, look at these aliens. Oh, these aren't doing too much. This is just like having other animals on Earth, but they're from another planet.
Gotcha.
And
like,
so,
hey,
for some reason, these three are especially lethal.
That's terrible.
Maybe all of them are, and they're just but really, maybe they just typically can send the idiots out to get these things, and most of the time they make it back.
Why couldn't you just get the little plushy alien? Like, that's nice.
Like just think about it. Like comparison, if these were tribbles, they'd be fine.
Correct. Great point. Oh, the tribble got loose. All right, he's gonna eat some of the food.
Okay, now there's 12. Now there's 50. Now there's 100.
Oh man! Now, interestingly too, I didn't realize, I wasn't thinking about it, but the name the Maginot. The ship, the Maginot.
Yeah.
I assume that was an intentional reference. The Maginot, the Maginot I know is the Maginot Line. That was this invulnerable defensive network designed to keep the Nazis from invading France in World War II. Problem was, it didn't extend far enough, and so the Nazis, when they invaded, they just went around it. So it's a project designed to keep out an enemy invasion, and it's a complete failure. So, it seems a bit on point. Anyway,
it does a little, yeah. It's like, why didn't the people on the ship, do a little Googling? I mean, come on.
Exactly. Why am I on this ship? Jeez, what the hell?
It's like, was the Titanic,
put me on the D-Day or something. Yeah. The Hindenburg? What the hell? Well, it's not named after that Hindenburg. This is about the Hindenburg that, did space travel.
That crashed.
So, yeah, it's a solid episode. The tension is just crazy throughout, and it's just such a series of terrible events.
Yes.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Can we track down the xenomorph before we crash? Okay, those are great options.
Somebody should have been watching Apollo 13 during it, just so they should be like, do you watch these people?
It's so true. So Morrow, we get a little bit of Morrow's backstory. We see more about his ability to work in a crisis, and we get a little bit of a sympathy for our villain, finding out his daughter had passed away. So we're back in the present. We're back. Yeah. That was our flashback episode, and we're
Morrow swears to kill Cavalier.
Right, and for obvious reasons. Now we see, he blames, justifiably, Cavalier for all the this mission was 17 days out of 65 years. From being a perfectly, by his standpoint, executed mission. Hey, we land. Here's your specimens. I get my share. I'm done. But no, because of Boy Cavalier, everyone dies. The specimens are loose. He's in Prodigy territory. Yeah. So it turned his life way upside down. And so he's upset with the Prodigy folks.
Yeah.
Well, we will be back next time talking about episode 6 of Alien Earth. Thank you as always, Paul. Appreciate it, good sir.
No problem.
And we'll talk to everybody next time. Bye.
Bye.